everyone. Great to see so many smiling faces. Welcome to the App Dev Spotlight session. Being a cloud developer in 2023, it's a truly remarkable experience. You get to code in your choice of language, enjoy portability with containers, maximize simplicity with serverless, and speed up the entire software development lifecycle with DevOps principles. But let's face it, while giving you all these exciting opportunities, the fast evolving technology landscape and the increasing number of cloud services have also led to unprecedented levels of complexity, which pose challenges for many developers too. So for example, getting started with a new cloud can be daunting and require a huge amount of cognitive investment. And while you're building your applications in the cloud, you have to stitch through this maze of disparate cloud services and experience constant context switching due to information silos, like different product documentation sites or developer sites. And also, with this popular notion of shifting left, the industry's been putting more and more responsibilities onto the shoulders of developers. Now, at Google Cloud, we're committed to helping developers evolve as the world changes around us. We want to make your life better by giving you a new way to cloud that is fast, easy, and secure. So rather than burdening our developers with an ever-growing set of responsibilities in the software lifecycle by shifting left, we want to make your life easier by shifting down, providing integrated assistance, pre-configured automations, and out-of-the-box security through our platform and through our managed services. So instead of asking you to take care of all of this, we can let the platform do the work for you. Now, let me show you some of our recent customer successes. With the superior automation brought by our DevOps and serverless products, Vodafone, a leading technology company, achieved an 80% reduction in development and deployment time. And Lowe's, one of the world's largest home improvement retailers, went from one release every 2 weeks to over 20 releases every day by automating away toil with our products and with SRE practices. That's a 300 times increase. And Gordon's Food Service, the largest family-operated food distribution company in North America, they increased the number of deployments from just 4 times a year to 2,900 times a year. That's a huge jump. And today, I'm super excited to share with you a few more updates from Google Cloud that can further help our developers, giving you a new way to cloud by shifting down so you can accomplish more, faster, more easily, and with improved security. Now, first of all, as I mentioned before, getting started with a new cloud can be tough for developers. You need to stitch together lots of different services to form a complete solution, and it's often hard to identify and learn the best practices you're looking for, not to mention the lack of visibility into the cost of all these technology choices. And to help developers address this, our team's been hard at work to help lower barriers to getting started with Google Cloud. We want to help shift the burden of getting started with Google Cloud down into the platform and let the platform jumpstart your journey with us. And today, I'm happy to announce the general availability of Jumpstart Solutions, a new way to get you started with Google Cloud. Yes. So excited about this. Jumpstart Solutions provide developers a simplified journey all the way from searching for your initial project ideas on Google to getting your first application up and running on our platform. With Jumpstart Solutions, you can quickly deploy pre-built application and infrastructure best practices into your Google Cloud account. And you can learn inside an interactive environment right in the Google Cloud Web Console. We also provide cost estimation, detailed reference architectures, guides, and walkthroughs for each solution, so you can quickly get familiar with Google Cloud products and accelerate your path towards building your own applications. Now, how about we take a look at this in action? Please welcome Anu on stage.
Thank you, Gabe. Hello, everyone. I am thrilled to show you what it's like to explore a Jumpstart solution. And since generative AI is a topic of the hour, have you heard of it? Let's tour a solution featuring large language models. So let's say you want to improve onboarding speed by providing your employees summaries of technical documentation. Or you want to improve the customer service experience by providing your agents summaries of previous cases a customer had. These are all perfect use cases for LLMs. So let's see how Jumpstart Solutions can quickly take us from an idea to a proof of concept that we could share with our team. So here we have our catalog of solutions. And we see a generative AI document summarization solution. So let's click to dive in. So this solution is an architecture based on Google's PaLM model. So you see some more information about the solution, including the price. It costs $2.35 per month, but of course, that could be covered by your free trial credit. You also see the products that are used in this solution. So the Jumpstart solution will provision and configure these products for you automatically. Let's go ahead and click to deploy this Jumpstart solution into your project. So we'll be able to configure some of the options, but just know that all the defaults work just fine. So in just a few minutes, we'll have the solution fully deployed, less than the hours to days it would take if you were just starting from scratch. A Jumpstart solution dramatically reduces the number of steps you have to take to get started. So while this is deploying, let's go over the architecture. We kick off the document summarization process by uploading a new file to Google Cloud Storage. This solution uses OCR, optical character recognition, to extract the text from our document. Then, an LLM API call to the Vertex AI PaLM model with a prompt that will generate a summary per document text. Summarization is a new capability unlocked by these large-scale generative models. Last but not least, we've got to do something with our data, right? So we store it in BigQuery so another client or a downstream service can then use it. Let's go back to the deployment. So all within a few minutes and just a few clicks, we go from nothing to having this fully deployed working generative AI solution. Jumpstart Solutions set up all of this for us. But now what? I've deployed a solution, but I'm a developer. I have to understand how all of the pieces work together. And I want to make sure it works on my data. So Jumpstart Solutions comes to help again. So we've seen the one click to deploy. We've seen the architecture. We've seen the cost transparency. Now let's talk about interactive learning. So there is an in-console tutorial that walks you through each step of the deployment. So the tutorial pops up, and it's going to walk you through step by step. So in this solution, we start the pipeline by uploading a document into our Google Cloud Storage bucket. The tutorial set us up with one for us and some sample data to get started. So here's where you could add your own documents to see how it performs on your data. Let's check out the sample doc provided. So this is quite a long paper on lexical functions and machine translation, an AI topic. I personally find this topic interesting, and I would enjoy reading the whole thing, but I could see how, for most people, you might just want a summary. Once we have our sample data, the tutorial guides me to exactly where I need to go in the UI, where I need to click at every step. So for this architecture, we're now going to go to Cloud Functions, which handles the glue code for our data processing. Behind the scenes, Terraform has set us up with the code, and now we can actually just inspect it. It's already deployed, ready to go, by clicking through to the source code. Let's go to the last step, storing our data. This solution takes the data extracted by Google Cloud Functions and stores it into BigQuery. So we can pull up our summarization run by running a simple query right here in the BigQuery Explorer. Voila. You know that document we just saw a minute ago? It was automatically summarized, and that data was now stored into this table that the Jumpstart solution created for us. All we had to do was click to deploy. So now that we've seen this doc summarizer work, I can show my team a working proof of concept with our own data using large language models and AI on Google Cloud. And if my team likes it and we want to build our own production version, the code is open source, ready for us to fork and modify as needed. In fact, here is the repo on GitHub. This application specifically summarizes documents, but we could easily modify this by adjusting the prompt string. So let's say I wanted to modify this to be an extractive Q&A system, or a system that produces summaries in different languages. Easily doable. So we just saw two things with this Jumpstart solution. First, how quickly you can deploy pre-built solutions for common use cases rather than spend hours, even days on initial deployment. Second, how you can then learn about these solutions from within the product and how it works so you can then extend them. So please check out this and all of the other solutions in the console, and we cannot wait to hear where these take you. Thanks again, and back to you, Gabe.
Wow, that's such an awesome demo. Thank you very much, Anu. It's amazing to see how quickly you can learn and build AI applications using Jumpstart solutions. You know, I'm thinking about all the times that I've wanted to evaluate a new cloud product like this, and imagining just how much time I could have saved by letting Jumpstart solutions guide me through this journey instead of having to stitch all this together on my own. Now, today, we have 14 Jumpstart solutions available in the Google Cloud Console for you to pick from. All of these solutions are open source. You can play around with it, customize it, use it as a starting point to build your own application. You can also go check them out via the link here, or find them in the Google Cloud Console. Now, with these Jumpstart solutions, we are, again, shifting the burden down into the platform and letting you do the work, letting the platform do the work for you during this initial learning and evaluation phase. Now, talking about AI, as an AI-first company, Google's been using AI for many years to help our products become radically more helpful for people, for businesses, for communities, and really for everyone. And with generative AI, we're taking the next step. With a bold and responsible approach, we are reimagining all of our core cloud products with generative AI. Duet AI, as you may all know, is the product that's designed to transform the way everyone works in Google Cloud. For developers, it can help address many common pain points, such as constant context switching due to information silos, tedious researching and slow learning, difficulty understanding unfamiliar code bases and APIs, and wasted time doing repetitive tasks. Now, with Duet AI, we're helping address these developer pain points and shifting down many of the common developer tasks into the platform. Tasks like learning, researching, even coding, and having Duet AI help take care of them for you. Now, we announced Duet AI in May at I/O. In the past 3.5 months, trusted testers around the world have been using Duet AI. Well, let's hear what they have to say about it.
Duet has the ability of contextual code completion, generating entire functions in real time, and assisting with code reviews and inspections are phenomenal.
I'm pretty impressed by Duet AI for Google Cloud, since it can not only help with code completion, but it can also act as a chat assistant for you.
It was great and quite surprising to see Duet AI write me back a query in seconds, which took me previously 2 days to research and refine.
Un momento mágico que viví fue al solicitarle a Duet AI me creara a partir de un repositorio un archivo manifiesto para un deploy con varios ambientes, creándome el script de cada uno de los pipelines en cuestión de segundos. Eso fue espectacular.
I'm excited about what Duet AI brings to the Google Cloud Platform, allow me to get the answers that I'm looking for without having to switch tabs in my browser
or have to read dozens of user posts.
As an infrastructure engineer, I am less exposed to application coding, but with Duet AI, I can easily debug and fix the buggy code. With all of these, sometimes I feel like I'm a software engineer, although I'm not.
Amazing. It's wonderful to hear how so many developers around the world are sharing what they like about Duet AI and how Duet AI helps them write code more easily, find answers more quickly, and work more efficiently. Now, as it was announced yesterday, we're now expanding the Duet AI preview, adding Duet AI capabilities across a wide range of Google Cloud products, and assisting more cloud users, from developers and operators to data practitioners and cybersecurity professionals. And for developers, we introduced many new features to the Duet AI preview. In addition to features like code completion and code generation, you'll now find Duet AI chat assistants in many Google Cloud products to assist you with information and advice on coding-related questions and tasks. We've also introduced smart actions, which allow you to perform contextual AI-powered actions like code explanation and test generation. And to support your compliance needs in terms of licensing requirements, Duet AI provides source citations so that a code suggestion provided by Duet AI can be automatically flagged if it directly quotes at length from a particular source. Now, Duet AI today supports more than 20 programming languages, including Go, Java, JavaScript, Python, SQL. And thanks to Cloud Code, you can also use Duet AI in many popular IDEs. IDEs like VS Code, IntelliJ, PyCharm, Golang, WebStorm, and more. And to make sure Duet AI can better serve Google Cloud users, we've trained and fine-tuned the foundation models powering Duet AI with Google Cloud-specific content, such as documentation, sample code, and Google Cloud best practices. Well, with that, let me welcome Stephanie on stage to give us a demo of the developer capabilities of Duet AI. Stephanie?
Thanks so much, Gabe. Hi, everyone. Now, I want you all to imagine that you're all asked to do a proof of concept to show that you can successfully share results stored in the cloud from Python. So how long do you think that would take? Well, let's do it right now with Duet AI's help. I want to be able to upload a file and have an automated test for system integration tests. So let's start with a local file with results in it, and we'll just try to upload that. I'll type a comment in here which describes what I want and use the Duet AI's generate code in the upper right. So here, I'll go ahead and type out my command, upload a local file to Google Cloud Storage. And let's see what it comes back with. All right, wow. It did include and generate a fair amount of code. And here it includes the code and comments explaining each step. Data in cloud storage is called a blob, so the name upload blob makes sense. And line 28 here is the core of this. It uploads a blob from our source file to cloud storage. OK, let's add a call to the new function with our bucket and file names. Upload blob is our new function, and here I'll edit the code to use our bucket, source file name, and destination blog name. So system results, results.yaml, and results.yaml. All right, so this looks promising. The next step is to see if it worked. I want to verify the bucket is empty to start. But I don't know about you all, but I don't remember the command to list objects in a cloud storage bucket. So let's go ahead and ask Duet AI chat. So what is the command to list files in a cloud storage bucket? See what it comes back with. All right, awesome. We have the command. So let's go ahead and copy that command and run it using our bucket name, system results. So here, we'll copy it down and add system results. All right, Great, it looks like there's nothing in the bucket. So now let's go ahead and run it using our upload script, upload.py. All right, great. There are no errors. Let's check the bucket again. OK, it worked. So now we've proved that we can upload a file. The next step is to prove that we can automate it. So let's go ahead and write some unit tests. So who here loves writing unit tests? Anyone? OK, we got like 2 people, just me. I'm just kidding, me neither. So this is where Duet AI can really come in handy again. So once again, we're going to start with a comment, and we'll ask it to write a test to validate the upload blob function. And we'll go ahead and click Duet AI in the upper right. And there we go. OK, awesome. So it looks like it actually generated the entire test. Wow. OK, and down here, it actually left some things for us to customize. And it's suggesting a main, which we can use tab complete to add it. And you can see here it also includes yellow lines under the code. Duet AI can provide citations for longer sections of generated code, so you can check where it came from and how it's licensed. And in this case, it tells us to use the code with caution and that the license is unknown. So I'll fill out these variables now. We have here bucket name is system results. And then we have our source, which is results.yaml. And then let's go ahead and use a different name for the destination since this is a test. So now let's try to run this and see if it worked. All right, great. That worked out well, and it's easy to upload files to cloud storage. And Duet AI helped me figure that out very quickly. So now I'd like to summarize the code here and send a note to my team. And I'll bet you Duet AI can help with that as well. So let's open Duet AI chat and ask it to summarize this. OK, that works. It's kind of long for a note to my team, which I want it to be a quick note. So let's try other options, like summarize this in 2 sentences. All right, that's perfect. That's just right. And now, with Duet AI's help, I was able to validate this much quicker than expected. It was a success. And in a few steps, we were able to use Duet AI's help to help us create a proof of concept. It helped us generate code to upload a local results file to cloud storage, get unstuck for any Google Cloud commands I didn't know, write unit tests and provide possible function calls that we can include, provide citations on long blocks of code generated to show source and licensing, and then summarize the code so I could share it with my team quickly. You know, I get why we call it Duet AI. It feels like working as a duet to build better applications faster with AI code assistance right in the IDE. All right, thank you so much. And now, back to you, Gabe.
Thanks, Stephanie, for that awesome demo. I just love seeing this stuff. It's great to see Duet AI in action, helping developers get more done faster. Now, so far, we showed you a lot of Duet AI developer capabilities, but that's not all. We got some more we want to show. So as a developer, few things are more important than building APIs, right? Fortunately, Duet AI is also available in Apigee API management. Now, in Apigee, Duet AI can do things like help developers build API specifications from simple natural language prompts. Through the Apigee plugin integrated into Cloud Code, developers can stay in their IDE of choice. They can access Apigee and get Duet AI assistance right where they work. Now, Duet AI can respond to the natural language prompt and quickly generate an open API spec that supports your compliance with your enterprise standards. You can further improve the spec easily with assistance from Duet AI inside the code editor. And when you're ready with all that, you can register your API in Apigee's API Hub, making it available to your API consumers. And that's not all. With the help of Duet AI, you can make your API available in a chat interface by creating an extension for Vertex AI. Duet AI can quickly help generate that extension and help you secure and govern the API that you're making available via chat. Now, since Duet AI's debut at I/O a few months ago, we've been actively engaging with our customers to test Duet AI with their developer teams in real-world scenarios. Now, I'm pleased to welcome onto the stage Mark Quigley, Director of Engineering Enablement from Wayfair. Mark? Mark, first, thanks for being here. I know you're leading the development enablement efforts at Wayfair, and that's not a very common role in a lot of organizations. So it's sort of interesting that what you're doing there. Maybe you tell the audience a bit about that role and why Wayfair has established it.
Yeah, thanks for asking. The role is really critical because as you scale and as at a Wayfair size, the goal is to help all of our engineers at Wayfair go faster, better, and be more engaged. And by that, we really mean be happier. We find that we get much better results if all three of those things are true. Our teams are spending far more time on code that matters to our customers and less time on the boilerplate stuff.
Makes sense, and I love that emphasis on being happier. I think it certainly resonates with me. So maybe you can tell me a bit, like, how does Wayfair actually measure developer productivity?
Yeah, good question. So mostly we're using the DORA metrics, pioneered by the book Accelerate, and so you're looking at cycle time, deploy velocity, mean time to restore, and change failure rate. Those are broad metrics that are going to really take effect over the entire developer ecosystem. So it's not something that we can really apply to an individual developer, and at a team level, you get mixed results. But at a global level across all of Wayfair's scale, we find they produce a really good indicator of, are we in fact making people faster, better? And then we use NPS scores and other engagement surveys to decide on happier.
That's great, and it's awesome to hear the DORA metrics being so central to that. I know the DORA research team inside of Google puts a lot of work into the academic research on that, and it's great to see it applied in practice. So I'm also curious, like, where do these AI assistance tools like Duet AI fall into the list of dev productivity efforts that you and the team are planning to roll out?
Yeah, they factor very highly. So oftentimes when we're doing our work, we're looking at how can we help them go faster? How can we help our teams be happier? What can we do to get them to enjoy their jobs more? Or can we help them write better, higher quality code? And Duet AI gives us a chance to sort of target all three of those at once, right? We see performance go up, we see quality go up, and surprisingly, or maybe not so surprisingly, we see the engagement and the happiness scores rise the most. People really like it.
That's great to hear the early successes. And I'm curious, like, what are some of the key challenges that you're looking to solve with Duet AI?
Yeah, so it goes back to what I said kind of in the beginning. We want our teams to focus on product features that matter to our customers, right? If I go out to someplace and I say, hey, I work for Wayfair, they're like, oh, that's cool, what do you do? And I'm like, I made logging better. I get this sort of blank stare, right? But if I can say, hey, we just released Decorify. You can take a picture of your living room and then quickly generate images that help you see it in a whole bunch of different styles, Mediterranean, et cetera, et cetera. Their eyes light up, they're excited, they're like, wow, I want my teams working on those features more.
That's great. Although the people who work on the logging stuff, some of them really love that too.
No offense to the logging folks. Yeah.
Well, I mean, look, that's great. I know during the evaluation process of Duet AI, I heard recently that your team did a hackathon that was intended to measure the potential productivity gains that you were getting from this. Maybe you could share with the audience a little bit about what you learned.
Yeah, lots of great feedback. Depending on the specific area you look at, our productivity numbers were in the 15 to 55% range, which is huge. I'm very happy about that. Code quality was neutral or up, and we think that as we gain experience with the tool, we're likely to see those numbers rise. And the best of all, again, like I said, the favorables were really high. People said 60% working on more satisfying code, 70% felt like they were more engaged with the work, less boilerplate activities, more time spent on things that mattered to them and that were interesting to them to work on. So really excited about that.
Well, that's great. And so it goes without saying, we're here at Google Next, and lots of Googlers here at the event too, including some of the folks who work on Duet AI, the product. And so if you want to speak to the folks here, what are you looking for in terms of the roadmap? What would you love to see the product incorporate over time?
Yeah, so speaking very selfishly for my role, I want to be able to measure the tool a lot better. So I'm looking to see what kind of metrics can we get about Duet and how it's working. The citations are great, but I'd also like to see what is the acceptance rate. So how often are my engineers accepting a suggestion from Duet? I'd like to see how often are those suggestions sticking all the way through to the PR that goes to production. Yeah. But if we think about our engineers, I'm really excited to see Duet expand to the rest of the software development lifecycle. So it's great that it can help me write code. It's great that it can help me unit test. Can it also help me do a PR comment, especially one that my product folks will understand and like? And then maybe one day, could it help me answer back to Jira and engage there and take me out of that loop? Because that would be great.
Well, a lot of great stuff for us to chew on, and we're working closely together. We will continue to do so. So look forward to engaging with you and the team at Wayfair on making Duet AI even better for Wayfair and for everyone in the audience here. So thank you so much, Mark.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
It's really great to hear this huge potential that Duet AI has to help Wayfair developers move faster and, as Mark said, be happier, right? Such an important thing. So if you'd like to learn more about all the exciting developer capabilities of Duet AI and also join the preview program to test them out, please visit this Duet AI webpage, cloud.google.com/duet-AI. This is where you can get access to the program. We are, in fact, widening access to the program as part of this. Now, I want to focus on another area here, though. AI is very exciting, but I want to talk about something else, another aspect of enabling different application components to work together, what we call integration. Now, as a developer, you're probably familiar with how hard it can be to connect your software with third-party systems like an ERP or a CRM, and yet that's something we have to do, right? Building such integrations, this often requires niche skills or specialized knowledge of applications and systems like Salesforce or SAP. And even if you have these specialized knowledge and skills, building intricate configurations, it can be very complex, consume a huge amount of your time. And the maintenance of these integrations can quickly add lots of overhead. Now, we believe that integration is something that should just work. And the majority of the integration work should, again, be shifted down to the platform instead of being shifted left to developers. Now, today, we are extending our integration services to include application integration, a new platform designed to help you automate app-to-app communications across both Google Cloud and third-party software without the need for complex coding or configurations. Now, application integration offers an intuitive drag-and-drop interface and a growing list of built-in connectors. With these connectors, you can easily connect to Google Cloud services and also to many third-party applications like Salesforce and SAP. And using these capabilities, you can now build complex configurations and data mappings with a simple point-and-click configuration. And guess what? Duet AI, also in application integration. Simply input a prompt, such as use an incoming purchase order PDF to automate order processing. And within seconds, Duet AI will generate an integration flow. Duet AI also has your enterprise context, based on which it will automatically generate flows, documentation, test cases, using your existing APIs and your existing assets. Now, with application integration, you can build and operate your integrations with minimal effort, which can save you tons of time to spend on writing your core application logic. Well, so far, we've talked about the various ways that Google Cloud can help you build applications faster and easier. But when building applications, moving faster shouldn't be done at the expense of security. Developer security and velocity are equally important. Now, at Google Cloud, security is always at the center of our product design principles. But instead of shifting the security responsibilities left to our developers, again, we want to shift these responsibilities down into the platform, freeing our developers from handling these tasks themselves. In recent years, as an example, with the rising trend of remote and hybrid working, companies are hiring more developers that are widely dispersed, which can lead to increasing security concerns, such as code and data exfiltration risks and inconsistent security posture across teams. At the same time, it can also cause slow developer onboarding and reduce developer productivity because of disparate developer environments and tooling. Now, to help address these challenges, we introduced cloud workstations last year at Next, which successfully went into GA recently. Cloud Workstations provides fully managed development environments with built-in security best practices. It helps enhance the security of developer environments while accelerating developer productivity and onboarding. With Cloud Workstations, cloud admins can easily manage workstation infrastructure while implementing consistent security policies. And for developers, developers get access to secure and fast development environments anytime, anywhere, via browser or local IDE with consistent yet customizable tool chains. In the past year, since the preview of Cloud Workstations, we've already seen many early customer successes. For example, L'Oreal, the world's largest cosmetics company, used Cloud Workstations and shortened the developer onboarding time from months to days. Cloud Workstations also help make sure their developers across many different countries, many different teams, can work together in a consistent environment using consistent yet customizable tooling. And more importantly, with Cloud Workstations, they're now able to implement the same set of security measures across the dispersed teams to help make sure they meet the same security requirements. Now, besides Cloud Workstations, another example of us shifting security down is around software supply chain security. Google is an industry leader in this area. For many years, we've been working with the open source community, the public sector, our partners, to establish industry-wide standards and frameworks to help protect the software supply chain. Working with open source community members, such as the Open Source Security Foundation, we introduced SALSA, Supply Chain Level for Software Artifacts, in 2021. This is an open source software supply chain security framework. It's adopted by many enterprises today. And last year, we introduced GUAC, Graph for Understanding Artifact Composition. GUAC, right? And I think CHIPS is going to be next on the list of standards here, right? But this one is aimed at democratizing the availability of information, such as software build, security, dependency metadata, making it freely accessible and useful for every organization. Now, at last year's Next, we also introduced Google Cloud's own software supply chain security solution using best practices from products like Cloud Build and Cloud Deploy. Now, to move another step further and help Google Cloud customers who are using many of our partner solutions in their software delivery cycle today, we are expanding our software supply chain security best practices even further, integrating those practices with our partner ecosystem. And today, I'm thrilled to announce our expanded partnership with GitLab. Now, let me welcome David DeSanto, Chief Product Officer from GitLab, onto the stage. David?
Thanks. Thanks, Gabe. So one of the biggest risks to software supply chain security is complex tool chains connected with digital duct tape. This is one of the top pain points that are shared with me when speaking with customers all over the world. And I'm sure it's true for a lot of you as well. Organizations are struggling with so many tools to manage their software supply chain, and the complexity increases the risk to security challenges from code being committed, build pipelines failing, and open source dependencies you don't know the status of. This complexity creates risk, and there's got to be a better way. So GitLab and Google Cloud are partnering to provide a seamless DevSecOps experience, allowing you to bring software supply chain security to the forefront of how you build software. By combining the power of GitLab's industry-leading enterprise DevSecOps platform with Google Cloud software supply chain security capabilities, you have a secure by default software supply chain with unparalleled visibility end-to-end that will allow you to empower you and your organization to deliver secure software faster. This partnership delivers an end-to-end application development experience that is deeply integrated together, providing you best-in-class reliability, efficiency, and security end-to-end. This includes everything from enterprise agile planning, source code management, CI/CD, and advanced security and compliance capabilities that are core to GitLab's DevSecOps platform, as well as continuous container scanning, artifact registry, binary authorization, and of course, services like Cloud Run from Google Cloud. This will give Google Cloud customers the ability to easily set up secure pipelines in GitLab that automatically connect and deploy to Google Cloud with full regionalization and compliance with DRZ requirements. To leverage this seamless integration, Google Cloud customers will be able to launch the Quick Start as naturally as signing in to the Google Cloud Console. You'll see when you sign in, there'll be an option to create a GitLab project, which will allow you to either create a new GitLab organization or connect to your existing one. Your new GitLab project will be set up with all the connections needed between GitLab and Google Cloud, allowing you to immediately begin to secure your software supply chain and your Google Cloud targets. In that project, you'll be able to easily configure and manage your deployments. You'll also be able to use pre-populated component library that has the pipeline configurations you need to ship your code to Google Cloud. There's even a template optimized for Google Cloud-based GitLab runners, that way you can automatically push your artifacts directly into the Google Cloud artifact registry. And of course, this partnership comes with GitLab's best-in-class security and governance, allowing you to fully scan using our application security scanning testing and apply all the governance across the entire SDLC. This will also give you all the controls you need to enforce to deliver software securely and provide all the visibility you need into violations of your policies and any exceptions that are made. And furthermore, you'll be able to seamlessly configure and manage the Google Cloud Artifact Registry directly from within GitLab, allowing you to truly manage your open source strategy. This will enable you to have assured workloads and assured sources, knowing everything about your open source packages and dependencies. I personally find this truly magical to have an environment where you can start from planning and work your way all the way through to deployment in production. The best way to understand what GitLab and Google Cloud are doing is to walk you through an example. So first, let's start with a build pipeline inside of GitLab with all the application security testing already pre-configured. This build pipeline creates several artifacts. These can be images or binaries. And these artifacts are produced securely and are signed with a valid attestation. From there, they are then pushed into the Google Cloud Artifact Registry, where the binary authorization policy gates can take full effect. What this means is that only packages that are approved for running on that cluster will be deployed if they satisfy all of these security and verification requirements. So I talked about a lot of stuff really quickly in a couple of minutes. The thing that I want you to take away from this is that this is truly exciting, giving you the true visibility across the entire software development lifecycle. We're going to continue to work on this, and if you want to know more, please sign up. You can scan, and you'll get updates. We're looking to launch this later in the year. And with that, thank you all, and back to you, Gabe.
Thanks so much, David. This integration between GitLab and Google Cloud, it's going to make end-to-end software supply chain easier and more accessible than ever before. It's so excellent to see. Well, we covered a lot in this session today, all the way from jumpstart solutions, which help you get started faster with Google Cloud, to Duet AI, your AI-powered collaborator, to help you build applications faster. We also took a look at our new integration platform. We shared L'Oreal's success story with Cloud Workstations. And thanks to David just now, we got an early sneak peek into some of the awesome integrations our two companies are working on around software supply chain security. And here's a list of sessions to help you learn more about the topics that we covered today. Thank you again to, for everyone for attending this session. I truly enjoyed this 45 minutes with all of you. I hope you enjoyed it too. In this AI-driven world, Google Cloud is committed to helping developers. By shifting down instead of shifting left, we want to give you a new way to cloud that is fast, easy, and secure. Enjoy the rest of the event. Thank you.